Hey everyone, welcome to the Backend Investor channel for a new tutorial. This week it's not really a tutorial. On this video I'm presenting you a trade I took and I want to explain you more about this kind of setup and why I took this trade. As you know, I'm documenting every trade I take and I think this trade is a very interesting configuration. So this is what we call a recovery setup, which is very simple. It's when an asset recovers from a bearish trend. So the first thing you will notice is the bearish trend, strong bearish trend with no sign of strength. And then you are going to see a base. What is a base? It's simply where the bearish trend stops. So you're going to have your bearish trend, and then the asset is going to make, some kind of base. And the longer that base, the better. And the point you're looking at is the extraction from the base. So you would have, something like that. Here you have exactly that. You have the downtrend and then the base, which could translate to a double bottom. Let's call it that way. It's not really important. What's important is that there is a base and you see a strong extraction from that base. What's an extraction is when the price gets up away from the base, usually above the resistance. And you need to have huge volume. And what happens in those cases? Sometimes, there can be a downtrend, base, breakout, and then it moves back down. And if you enter here, you are much likely to reduce your capability of having a successful trade. So what you need is a base, a breakout, and then a consolidation above the base. And that's what you want. And when you have this kind of configuration, taking the trade on the break of the consolidation will lead to much higher success rate. And this is just what we have right there. You have the first consolidation after the base with a breakout and with volume. What does the volume mean? It means people are buying this asset. Whatever asset that is, if you see this kind of configuration, it's extremely bullish. Of course, it needs to happen in a bullish environment. If this kind of configuration happens during a recession or a bear market, you are likely not gonna trade it and you're gonna more trade on the downside and short. Whereas if it's in a very strong market, just like they have in Finland, because this is a Finnish stock, you are absolutely interested into these kind of assets. So you see this kind of configuration, and this is just the kind of trade I want, because I think this is the kind of trade you build a portfolio. You see the volume spikes when there is accumulation on the asset. There is no volume spike when the asset is being sold, but it's when it's being bought, and that's what you want. You want the asset to be bought, but you don't want it to be sold again, because that would be a pump and dump like the Wolf of Wall Street. This is not a pump and dump. This is a penny stock, but it's not a pump and dump. So right there, what I'm drawing is the consolidation can be a triangle. The ideal entry for me would have been over here, but I did not see it. So I'm taking the entry here with a very large stop loss, which is 21% away from the price, risking 0.5% of my capital invested in stocks. Why? Because this is a penny stocks. It's very volatile. I have a huge stop loss that is very far from my entry price. So I'm being cautious. And this is what you need. You need to adapt your position size to the risk of the asset. This asset is very volatile. You can see the volatility this asset can have. And I don't want to be trapped into it. I want to trade it like I can. This is liquid. You have the liquidity. So yeah, this is a trade I'm taking. It's TULAV, TULAV on the Finnish stock market, OMX Helsinki. If you're interested into this asset, you can check it out. This is not a trade recommendation. This is just me sharing the kind of configurations I'm trading. If you think this is interesting, please tell me in the comments if you want me analyzing more of my trades. And maybe I will update in the next video about how this trade went. So yeah, if you know some stocks that look like this, please either send me a message on Twitter or in the comments. I really want to know stocks that look like this. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next videos. Goodbye.